very honored to introduce to you our next speaker. George Del Barrio of Hawaii's PMG International has been specializing in advanced media strategies for over 10 years, with clients ranging from famous global celebrities like John Levis, national media groups to local non-profits like Lokahi Hugs Foundation and Oahu Chapter Surf Rider Foundation. George specializes in creating brand recognition through social media. George recently returned from Google headquarters in Mountain View, California, from a series of meetings that focus on nonprofit participation in Google's new apps department. George's recent venture is socialmediaforlife.com, where he delivers free social media information on how to create and distribute nonprofit initiatives like fundraising and mission awareness. Without further ado, please help me welcome George Del Barrio.
Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you very much. How are you? Thank you, Brody, for having me up. Social media, it's the big buzz term right now. Got to ask this question. How many people have Facebook accounts? The lights, okay, that's half the room, okay. How many people actually use them? Okay, skewed down a little bit. How many people don't care about it? Okay, I did get a few because it is a little overwhelming. Social media is without a doubt the biggest buzz term right now. It is what every company from mom and pops to major corporations are using one way or another. Just a little bit about myself before I get into it. This is an abridged version of what it is I'm going to present without a PowerPoint. I'm a mentor for kids at risk, so my kid earned the right for a surfing lesson, so I have to be out of here and get to the beach, but that's just my pay it forward thing. But actually, the pay it forward thing is exactly how social media works. What had happened was I retired from my first business at 40. I'm a retired producer and composer. My roots are here in Hawaii, but I have written music for film, TV, music libraries, produced and arranged tracks for artists. In the late 90s, as technology vaporized our product, the MP3, the internet distributed it, did. We were the first multi-billion-dollar industry to catastrophically fail because of not embracing change. The All-American 5 top power players said, is there blur on the camera? How about this one? I'm just going to sue everybody. We're not going to go with change. We'll just sue everybody who steals from us. Wrong. But what was very intriguing was I was producing a young artist in the 90s, late 90s, I had 2000. We were in the studio in Los Angeles, and he was sitting in the corner on a computer playing on something. Pre-MySpace. I think it was called Zanga. And I'm 50 years old right now currently. So back then I'm 40. I'm a little wasn't quite dialed into the internet. And I noticed something that was going on there. The ability to engage, make friends. They're making friends on this thing. In the late 90s, a lot of independent labels started coming up. Now, I'm talking about the music industry, but this reflects current economic and business strategies. What I realized is that we had all these wonderful musicians out there, bands, recording artists and everything, but myopically, you could only get a deal from a few record labels. A lot of people left out, can't play in the sandbox, can't get a deal, can't get my music heard. One A&R guy for a huge, industry or record company. Indie labels start producing their own stuff because prices of CDs go down, technology changes, computer, drum machines, all kinds of things go in my industry. And as soon as I saw Shane playing on the computer, it came to mind, bridging the gap, the sterility between the fan and the artist. A point of communication, a point of engagement just occurred. And so, of course, I go up to the majors And I say, hey, change is happening. This is what we should do now. Music is going to be social currency by 2002. No, that's not true. Yes, it is. What you need to do is focus on relationship building with the internet. This new thing, MySpace, just came out about 3 months ago. And I was like member 6 million. That's how fast it popped up. I said, this is going to be a great opportunity for you to be a little more in connection with the fan. Now, I'm going to rope this into your business model. So I'm just kind of laying down a little groundwork here. And they were still in I'm going to sue you mode. No, they're stealing our intellectual property. I make royalties for the last 30 years because we've actually duped the public to buy a whole CD just for one single, and that's what our business model was. But now I can't sit back and get my royalties because MP3s are being distributed, no one's buying hard content. That was the business model, right? Nobody here ever bought a CD or an album because they liked all 10 songs. They were branded an image with one song on radio, said, ooh, ah, but I'm buying the whole album for 8, 9, 12, 15. 8-track tape in 1974, thank you. But that was the business model. One something, buy the whole thing. Well, as the record labels fought that movement, a lot of the indies started talking to me about it. And so I started massaging just with MySpace. MySpace came along with the music player. Now that was it. It was golden to me. Upload a piece of music. You have your little profile. You can promote your music. You can build your fans. You can talk about your shows, et cetera, et cetera. At this point, 2001, I was completely retired from the music business. Little tiny stream of income that'll fill my gas tank and get me to the beach so I can go surfing. I'm happy. As it moved forward, the geek in me came out. The geek in me before was creative as an arranger and composer into technology. And I started looking at Google and other search engines and realized there was an algorithm involved in that. And then I started experimenting with SEO, search engine optimization, for those of you who don't know that. It's doing what you can to place keywords, which I'll get to in a second, in a way that Google recognizes it. And hopefully you get in that coveted top 10 or whatever it is that you're looking for. As I started going through this, the next typical move that I saw happening was somebody's got to come up with something with video. Sooner or later it's going to happen. But right now at that point in 2000-ish, the compression rates were really bad. MP3s didn't sound good. The technology wasn't quite there to get everything up to a particular quality that we would enjoy, let alone, remember in 2000, 2001, bandwidth is at a premium. It's nowhere near as accessible as it is right now unless you're paying big bucks. And back in those days, too, nobody really knew what to do with the internet. There's two big major movements in the internet. One was youthful, 1998 till about 2003. We, who were above 30, did not get branded and imaged with the internet or MySpace until it was, ooh, ah, MySpace could be a stalker play. CNN, ooh, MySpace, bad, bad, bad. Internet, ooh, bad, bad, bad. Privacy, bad, bad, bad. All of a sudden, those of us who had regular day jobs, who were kind of looking over our shoulder at the kids, just making sure what they're doing on what's going on there, all of a sudden, that grew, blew up, and stagned. The next movement is us. As video started getting progressively a lot more, I guess, branded powerfully through YouTube, what I started noticing was, through search engine optimizations, through the power of YouTube, the results that started showing up on Google. And so I toyed around with that a little longer and decided in 2005, I'm going to try something. I'm going to step out of the music industry. And I did help quite a few people. Name dropping doesn't work in my game, so it's not important who. But I decided to go public. I'm going to try something here. I think the future of branding and imaging is going to be this, 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 and this. But I think the PowerPoint of social media, before it was even coined social media really, is what are we going to give people? I just rolled up in here this morning. I didn't get a chance to look at the program, but I believe that when I was asked what's the name of my presentation, is it's not about you. It's not about you. It's about them. So what I decided to do, like a good brother, hey Ron, my little brother, I want to try something. Come here, come here. My brother just happens to be a very well-known professional golf teacher in Hollywood. He teaches a very unique style called passive golf. For those of you who golf, it's not a very typical swing. I said, Ron, I got to try something. I'm going to just see if this works. So I shot 6 videos with him. How-tos. How to hold the club, how to turn this, how to do stuff I don't know. I played hockey. I went the more violent route. Ron wanted to hit the little ball and go, oh, cute. I was like, rawr, I just want to get it. Ironically, though, a similarity for those who golf. You know, you got to clear the shoulder, right? Anyhow, so I produce this video. And it's just test. We're in test phase, 2005. Facebook just starts around 2005. YouTube's already being branded an image. It was bought for $1.6 billion from a couple guys in the garage. It's those same couple guys, it could be somebody out here, or girls, or combination, that's in a garage right now that's going to change the world of social media tomorrow. Mark my words on this. Anyhow, so I shoot this video. I say I'm going to title tag it, you know, golf tips, how to hit the golf ball, or actually how to hit the driver 300 yards. I put it out there. I do a couple of other things. And to this day, which is the reason why I don't have a presentation, because I figure if you're going to write this down and go home and do this, then you're serious about what I'm saying. You will do further research. If you go to Google, or maybe you have a PDA on you right now, or a smartphone, and if you type in golf tips, those are probably some of the most serious, most powerful keywords in the golf world. Thousands of people would pay thousands of dollars for those keywords to work. You will see my brother's video number 3, almost 1.3 million views. His combined views with all of his videos now are up to almost 2 million. That's just on YouTube. Not all the other video sites that I use, which there are about 6 of them. Okay? I'm going to bring it back down now to a local level. As I started going through this process, and I'm thinking, wow, okay, there's 50 different videos up there that say golf tips. Why did mine make it up? So I started researching, you know, and it boiled down to human behavior on search engines, engageability. My brother's golf tips, as a matter of fact, one of the reasons why his video is probably number 1, because I didn't call Mr. Google and ask him, they don't give away that stuff, is because half the people think he's full of shaving cream. They think his swing sucks. What is this new style he's teaching? Actually, he has been teaching it for about 14 years. The Swedes use it, Annika Sorenstam, and there's a lot of people like that. And because of that, because it's not fluffy, feel-good, hey, I'm going to teach you how to swing the club. That engagement factor of hate, love, commenting, Google goes, I like this. Because Google's job is to serve up relevant results when you type in a search. If they don't serve up good stuff that they feel, or I can't say it's a they because it's not 30 people sitting there at Google and stuff, it's this algorithm that they've programmed, then they don't really do a good job as Google. They have a hell of a job. They've got to defeat malware, attacks, all day long of people trying to plant links and stuff for you to click on and you destroy your computer, lose, you know, blah, 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 blah. So they have that initiative going on there. But in this case, what was very compelling about my brother's video was half the people thought it sucked. And then I started saying, the buzz term right now for the last year has been engagement. Everybody sitting here in front of me is here, I believe, to make a couple dollars, correct? To move forward, to seek their personal and financial fortunes. You all want to get something out in front of people.